With Ruben still at fire camp, I treat myself to a hike on Mount Shasta and get busy with regular property chores. I'm a little intimidated to build the next garden bed on my own, but guess who shows up to save the day? We're two hitchhikers. We met while hiking Mount Baldy with mutual friends, wasted no time, got engaged on a frozen alpine lake, got hitched, and have been adventuring together since. We're embarking on a new adventure of living big in a tiny home. Let's see how this goes.
Adventure awaits.
Well, today I'm going on a little adventure with my neighbors. We are headed to some local falls that I haven't checked out yet. Now, I am not going to be bringing the cat because I don't want to be that weirdo. But shouldn't be gone all day, but I'm excited to just get out, venture out, and see something that I haven't seen before. And I don't know how much I am going to be recording because I want to respect their privacy of not being on video, but I'll try to get what I can. I learned that the difference between a red and white fir is in the wood itself. This Shasta fir is a red fir, and this fir here is a white fir. Now, one wouldn't necessarily expect so much sand to be in the soil at this high of an elevation, but Mount Shasta is a volcanic mountain, and who knows what came up the last time she erupted. Because of this, culverts just don't work here. They get plugged up with all of the heavy snowmelt. So here they implement the different solution of laying down timber on its side and allowing the road to go over it. These generally last a lot longer than any culvert would.
So this is why we couldn't continue in the vehicle.
We're almost there. There's a particular rock outcropping a little further up with an amazing view, but you have to go through really loose gravel, sand, and loose rock to get there, not to mention the really steep incline. Everything feels so flat on a two-dimensional surface, obviously. It's hard to really gauge how steep this feels. I have a few pictures here with them in the photo so you can see it, of course, respecting their privacy. There was nothing but scrambling on loose earth at this point, and not much to grab onto once you pass the manzanita bushes. So he had a great idea to show us a better view of the waterfall, but it was pretty sketchy to get there, and I ripped my pants. So at that point, then the boulder rolled down the mountain. I decided I was going to stop. So did she. So we're heading back to our other viewpoint. So we finally made it. Trying to do this selfie mode here. So these are the falls. I forget what they're called right now. I'm going to have to look it back up. And then there's Mount Shasta. So she looks so close, but she's still about 5,000 feet higher than we are now. But we made it with ripped pants. Those are massive.
Yeah, you gotta put your hand close to one and you can see how, yeah, it's big.
This is so light. It's a big piece of pumice. So we came a little too far down the mountain. The car is parked somewhere up there on that side of the ravine. And with that, it was time to head back down the mountain and head back home. It felt really good to get outdoors again and finally put my hiking legs back on. It's been a while. It's about 6 in the morning now. The days are starting to get shorter, which is crazy. But we're expecting 90-degree temperatures for the next few days. So I will need to run the water twice per day just to ensure that we get a good foothold on this grass and clover that we're trying to grow. So I am walking over to the water pumps with coffee in hand right now. You ready to go for your walk? Let's see. You ready to go? Come on. There we go, sweet. Good job, little one. I'm all thumbs this morning. There we go. There we go. One more clip. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this, little one. The escape artist is out again. Go on. I know you think this is your personal pasture, but it's not. Gotta go. Go. Yeah, no, you were going right the first time, cow.
A brief little thing of what we do is take care of these fire trucks. All of these fire trucks need to get inspected before they leave, and you got to make sure that they are fine to go on the road.
Okay, it's another productive morning. I think we are going to hit 100 degrees today. It may be the last super hot day of this calendar year, but don't quote me on that. So what I'm trying to do here is prep us for winter because I need a place to plant my garlic. I have plans for the other garden beds. Anyway, we're going to be building another garden bed here. So we have this wood here, this lumber. It's 16-foot lumber that we used for the deck, and that's left over. So I am trying to measure out exactly what this might look like. Talked to Ruben over the phone, and he gave me some pointers of what to do. We're going to sort of mimic that garden bed there, but it's going to go right here in front of the deck on the front door. But I needed to move the bales of hay that were here, and I moved them up there. So move the bales of hay here, but in order to move the bales of hay, I had to move those really old garden beds out of the way. So they're now up there. I built those when I knew absolutely nothing about what I was doing, and I used all scrap wood. So they're not the prettiest, but they were functional for a season. But now I need to break them down to put in our wood pile here. So that's what I'm doing next. Should I get the sledgehammer or the axe? Not sure how this is going to work. Maybe not. I did a pretty good job.
Like, probably should have wore safety gloves. I mean, safety goggles.
Good morning of destruction. All right, so in talking to Ruben, we're gonna leave it the length of 16 feet, which is quite long. The other garden bed I think is 2 feet deep, and we're gonna make this one 3 feet deep so we can fit a little bit more in here. So this will roughly be the size of it. So I got a surprise yesterday. There was a random knock at the door. This guy showed up. So he's home for a couple of days.
Yeah, only for the weekend. I get to go back to fire Monday morning.
So we enjoyed yesterday, made some nice green chili stew, and I'm putting him to work again this morning.
It never ends.
This is an active hole.
She's like, let me pee on it. So this is how far I got yesterday afternoon. I'm really glad Ruben is back because I know that putting this all together would take me 3, if not 4 days, maybe longer. With him here, I know we're gonna knock this out in less than a day.
Yes. Because of the weight and because of the width too, it's going to like basically just weigh heavy in the center part. So like the outside edges are just going to be it, but we need 4 in the middle so that it's just like.
So that's why we're doing 6 feet total across.
Beat the crap out of this blade.
It's been doing hard work for a good year and a half.
I think we have a spare. I think I remember buying another one.
But where's Waldo?
Exactly. Never home. Always doing stuff.
I meant the blade, love, not you.
These puts us at 25, and then
An additional 4 inches for the footers. So that's 29 inches then.
the 4x4s need to be 32 inches. The ones that go sideways up. It's gonna go, and these are gonna be the boards going up. This is gonna be the frame that it's gonna bolt onto. So it's gonna be that. We are putting this together, and basically what we're gonna do is take this, line it up here, untwist the board, skip this gap, and basically stack them up. Once we put the hardware cloth on the inside,
it's going to basically like nail up to the sides like.
At this point, the raised garden bed is a little bit too heavy for us to drag over without scratching up our really beautiful gravel pad. So Ruben grabbed the ratchet straps, but this is what's happening.
This is your solution?
Yeah, donkey.
My mule. I thought you were literally going to ratchet something. No,
Oh,
you're just,
mule it over.
you're the ass of this operation.
All right, we know the wind is strong, so apologies for the poor audio, but we wanted to share with you what we're doing right now. So we are trying to tie in this very large garden bed to be to the deck, but I'll let you explain, Ruben.
This wood is really twisted.
Because it's been out here in the sun baking and being exposed to the elements.
Plus we got it from Home Depot, so that's why it's gonna be twisted.
So right now what he's trying to do, so this piece right here is what we're going to tie it into. But as you can see, there's quite a bit of a gap. So he's ratcheting this together to close that gap.
Yep. And the way I anchored it was those 3 screws on the 4x4. And then to the other side of the deck. And hopefully the tension of all of this brings it all together.
Part one down.
Penny. We got to pull these boards together, and then once we get them close to each other, I'm gonna use the longer bolts to tie into the 4x4s that hold this whole deck together. So. Pretty damn close, huh?
Yeah, my goodness.
Pulling it. Got it?
Yep.
Well, it is the next day, and Ruben has one more vehicle to work on, this one over here, before the day is complete. So I am going to try my best to finish up the raised garden bed while he's working over here. So the next part in my project is to get the hardware cloth, and I'm going to secure that to the bottom of the garden bed. And once that is complete, I'll put the sides on. But hardware cloth is not my favorite thing to cut. I always end up with scrapes. I've got my gloves, but somehow I still always ended up with cuts all over my hands. Well, Ruben, being the awesome husband that he is, decided to help me finish the job.
Oh, it almost whipped me in the face.
All right, now fill it up with dirt. My job's done.
And your job will be to eat all of the garlic and onions I plant in here next year.
Yeah, that or this can fit about 4 or 5, not more. But
Yeah.
it'll fit about 12.
Friday, I was putting this together, thinking, how in the world am I going to assemble this? Look who showed up. I didn't have to do a thing.
Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing.
And just like that, the weekend is over and Ruben is back to fire camp. Not only was he able to help me with the raised garden bed, but he was able to work on 2 vehicles as well. I don't know how he does it. Well, family, that wraps up this week's update. I think this coming week I'm going to be playing in dirt trying to fill up that raised garden bed. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're new here, consider subscribing and giving us a like. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week.